What's going on YouTube? This is ParkerLad88 coming at you with another video. Today I've got a deck profile for you guys. I'm going to be doing my normal Pendulum deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our monsters. First up, we have 3 copies of Full Call's Cannon. Full Call's Cannon is one of your 2 scales, 2200 attack, which is pretty decent for a 5, and during the end phase, if it's placed in the Pendulum scale thing, then you can destroy 1 phase of spell or trap on the field, so okay. Next up, we have our biggest beater in the form of Lansepharingus. We run him at 3, he beats for 25, and he gives all your normal monsters piercing when he's in the Pendulum scale. And if I didn't mention it, he's a scale 7. Next up, we have another one of our scale 2s. We have the Searcher in the form of Dragoons of Draconia, probably the best card in the normal Pendulum deck. Whenever one of your normal monsters runs over something, you can add a level 4 lower normal monster from your deck to your hand. So it's a nice way to search your Pendulum scales. And then our last 7, we have Flash Knight. He's an 1800 beater, and he's just a 7 scale. Next up, we have Dragonhorn Hunter. She gives all your normal monsters 300 extra attack, and you take no battle damage involving it whenever she's in the Pendulum scale. She is a scale 3, and she has 2200 attack, so once again, pretty decent. And then our last Pendulum, we have Rescue Hamster. Now, Rescue Hamster has a very convoluted ability, but the one that I use the most is the one that says that when this card is normal summoned, you can, I can't remember if it's you remove from play, you fill some kind of cost, and then if, let's say I have a Flash Knight, for instance, in my extra deck, then I can go and pull 2 more from the deck and put them straight on the field. So the effect is pretty handy at going for like seed plays or just filling up your your extra deck, so that you can just go for a big special summon. So that does it for all of the Pendulum monsters. And then the last 2 support monsters we run are 2 Beast King Barbaros. I can summon him straight to the field. It's a 19 beater. He works really good for tanky. Because we're running Skill Drain, he can be an instant 3 beater. And the fact that when you sacrifice 3 for him, which is very hard to do for it, he just completely nukes the field, is also pretty cool. I just needed like outs to things, so I think he was a good choice. At least back when Skill Drain was 3. I still like him though. He's good. Under tanky, he beats for 2k. I mean, what more can you ask for? Anyway, so that was all of the monsters. Let's move into our spells. We've got 3 copies of Summoner's Art. Lets us search for our high level pendulums, get stuff in our hand. 2 tankies for our Beast Warrior in the form of Dragoons of Draconia. 2 reinforcements of the army for our Flash Knights. And then other cards, we have 2 copies of Heat Wave. I'm kind of dancing around 2 or 3 of these. I haven't quite decided yet, but either way, you activate this at the start of your main phase, and neither player can normal summon or special summon effect monsters until the end of your next draw phase, or basically until the end of your opponent's turn, until your next turn. So that MST for back row purposes. We have 1 copy of Part of the Underdog. I don't like running this at 2 or 3 because I don't like relying on it. It's kind of like a win more card. And if somebody MSTs it or destroys it, then it's just like a waste of a card. But the fact that you can generate so much hand advantage from one of these is really awesome. So I feel like 1 is really all that you need. For other draw support, we have Allure of Darkness. We have about 5 different dark targets, so it's an easy way to get some extra hand advantage. I usually like tossing out the Dragonhorn Hunter if I have it, because it's a 3 scale and I already have 2 scales. So it's just like, eh. Anyway, so for draw power, we have 1 copy of Raigeki, so we can go in. And then we have 2 copies of Upstart Goblin, just so we can get to what we need. And that does it for the spells. Next up, we have our traps. We have 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Bottomless, 1 Skill Drain, which is kind of a duh. We have 2 copies of Mind Crust, since searching is really prevalent in meta right now. And then we have the Piece de Resistance, the whole reason why I run this deck, your win condition, in the form of 2 copies of Tyrant Throws. Let's talk about what it does. Tyrant Throws says that you activate this by triggering 2 normal monsters, which, hey, almost every monster in our deck are normals. And then, basically, neither player can normal summon or special summon effect monsters. So, really sucks for your opponent. It doesn't suck so much for you because almost everything in your deck, once again, are normal monsters. So, your opponent doesn't get to play the game, and you just get the special summon to the cows. The idea of this deck is to get to this card as fast as you can. When you play this card, you win. And that does it for the entire main deck. Let's move into the extra deck. So we have one copy of Gaia Charger because we can make 6s. We have one copy of Solda, considering that Lansemphoraicus is a dinosaur. If I can get 2 of these on the field, which I can because I run 3, I can go for Solda if I need to. We have Gauntlet Launcher as well. He's good for spot removal. For 5s, we have a Bulkasaurus because both Dragonhorn Hunter and Volkov Cannon are 5s, or is it a 6? Either way, we have 5, so we can go for a 5. Exton Knight 4, Castell, 101, Cowboy, this Dweller, Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, number 50, Heartline Draco, Rathian Zerk, and then one copy of Excalibur. Since we have Warriors, we can go for him to beat over really big stuff. And then, in which case, I actually kind of wonder why I'm running Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon. I might take it out, I might not, I might take him out, I might not. Either way, that doesn't be extra deck. This is only 14. For 15, I want to run an extra Cowboy, so I want to run 2 Cowboys. Yes, I want to be one of those people, so. Well guys, that does it for the entire deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Let me know what you guys think, and I will be back at you later for future videos. This is ParkerLad.